guys, welcome back to another episode of Dump and Change. Our guest this week is Klara Hymlarova. Klara, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're pretty good. Klara was on our team last year. She is from Czechia, and she just recently got drafted to PWHL, Minnesota, and we're super excited to have her on today. Klara, let's start with the beginning. So we don't know much about Czechia. Do they have like a lot of hockey there? Like, what's the situation?
Yeah, I would say hockey in Czech is sport number one.
Really?
People say like hockey and soccer, but I would consider hockey is the national sport there. So obviously we had the men's worlds in Czech this year, and there was a lot of people, and it was the most watched sport over the year. So I would say it's the sport number one there. Yeah.
So did you grow up playing like since you were little?
Yes, I grew up playing both soccer and hockey, and I don't know, I feel like it was 14 when I had to decide what I wanted to do, and I decided for hockey. So super excited about that.
Interesting. Did your parents play at all?
So my brother played hockey when he was young, and then he quit. But my dad plays hockey, but it's like the beer league.
Men's league, yeah. Do you ever skate with him when you're home?
Yeah, I also played so they have like their beer league league. So I played with him one game before Olympics. So it was always my dream to play with my dad. So I was super happy about that.
When did all the national team stuff start for you?
So we had under 15. Team when I was young. Now it's under 16, but so I started playing in national team when I was like 13. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So where you grew up, was there a lot of good competition, like with other hockey players around your area?
So it's different here and in Czech. In Czech, I grew up and played with boys until I was 19.
Okay.
Here it's more when you play, I guess you play with women's, right? Or like play.
I think it's a little of both. Like,
yeah.
From North Dakota, it's not as big of a hockey hotspot as Minnesota, but a lot of the good players grew up playing with boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like in Czech, the women's hockey is not that big like here. You have so many teams, and it's like have so many, like you can decide where you want to play. In Czech, it's more like you need to play with boys if you want to play national team or you want to go to NCAA. Like you literally have to play with boys, so...
Did you always kind of know that you wanted to go play in the NCAA?
No.
No?
I always wanted to go play Russia and just make so much money. I don't know, I was just dumb. But then I figured it's not that easy, and also my parents wanted me to have education, so I needed to finish high school in Czech, and then they were like, you can do whatever. And I decided to go to US a little later, so I didn't really have that many options, but ended up here, and best decision of my life.
There you go.
And you played 5 years here?
Yes, 5 years.
What was that transition like? Going from, had you ever been to America before?
I was in Canada a year before I got here, so
doing what?
Learned language
Where were you
there.
playing?
I played with Ontario Hockey Academy. So Cornwall, yeah.
So you didn't know English before you went there?
I did know English, but it was bad. I could not speak. I understood, but I could not speak, so it was tough. 2 months I was just listening people talking, and I had no idea what to say.
You were mute?
I was mute for 2 months, but then I figured, and I couldn't shut my mouth, and they were like, where's the Klara? When she was so quiet.
Seriously.
So
That's probably good, like, learning it there before you came to college, too.
Yeah, I was supposed to come the year before, but I wasn't like sure about English, and I was like scared that I'm not gonna be good in school and struggle with like everything like hockey in school, you know. So I was like, well, might as well just take a gap year and learn English summer. And the decision was between Canada and Sweden, and I knew I'm gonna do school here, so I was like, might as well just go to Canada. And I played hockey and did school there. I did the post grade there, so. I was in school, had some like math and English classes, so
you did have to do school there?
I did have to do school.
You like should have went to Russia.
Probably. No, I'm kidding. No, it helped me a lot develop like with hockey too, because like the terms in hockey were way different than obviously in Czech language. So I also didn't know what the coach was saying on the ice. I had no idea what was happening. So
yeah, I can't imagine.
Still these days I have no idea what some coaches are pointing at me.
The English speakers still don't understand all the drills and everything that coaches
I have like a hard time when coaches are just like yelling at us and just pointing what we're supposed to do. If it's on the board, I have no problem.
Yeah.
That's how I learned too, like in Canada, like the board, I knew like what he's drawing there. So I was like, okay, I knew the drill, but when he started like pointing and like changing the drill in a between, I had no idea. I was like, I'm going lost.
Yeah, get in the back of the line.
So I still have a problem with that, but
So that probably made for an easier transition to going to St. Cloud.
yes, 100%.
So what was your freshman year experience like? Did you play a lot right away?
Yeah, I played a lot. I mean, I'm grateful for that because I know freshmen usually don't play that much, but I wanted to go summer. I knew I'm going to play, so that was my
Right.
condition. I was like, I'm going to come, but I want to play, so that's why I choose St. Cloud as well, because they told me I'm going to play a lot. PK, power play, like, have a lot of minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, just everything.
I played a lot. Season was tough. We had 4 wins the whole season.
Oh,
1 in conference. That wasn't great, but
4.
it was
Did you ever like question like, okay, did I make the right choice?
Yeah, freshman year was a big question. I was like, I don't know if I should leave, if I should stay, just trust that it's gonna get better, or like, I had no idea. And obviously, like, I talk about it like on some other podcasts, but like, the big decision for me to stay was the team. Like, I felt like so included and like, we were like close, and I don't know, I just had so much fun. But hockey was like not good, but I mean, yeah, there's always
4
something.
wins, that's tough.
Yeah, it was a very tough year mentally. Like, I mean, I was freshman, so it wasn't that hard, but like, I can imagine the other people being here and like,
Right.
Dealing with that for
yeah.
4 years.
I know.
And you were under a different coach at that time
Yes.
than the one we have now. So what was that change like? Going from what you played 2 years,
3 years.
3 years.
3 years, and then 2 years under Brian. So what was that like?
Well, I didn't know what to expect, honestly. Like, I didn't know Brian. I mean, I knew him like, so I played against him at the Olympics, but he coached other team. Then
Right.
I heard a little bit from like my teammates or other like teammates, they knew him and they always said only the good about him. So I was like, well, this is going to be good. But also I knew the team is not going to change. And like, how you want to like change the team when you're going to have the same players. So I was like questioning. I was like, I don't know, we'll see. So that was my senior year when he got here. And I literally told him and Mira, them in Janelle, I was like, well, this is my senior year. I also have my 5th year, and I don't know if I want to stay. We'll see. So I was like, well, can you give me time until Christmas if I can decide if I want to stay or not? And they were like, yeah, I'll take your time, whatever. And I think I got there like end of September. I was like, I'm staying. Like, I don't want to go anywhere. So like, it changed a lot, and I was just happy how it was, and super excited I stayed here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we.
So you played forward originally, and then your last season you got put back on D. Tell us about that. How did you feel about that initially, going through the season?
Yeah, well, even the year before, I had some shifts on D, mostly on PK, because we are short even the season before. So I only like, sometimes I had like PK on Ds, which is like, you know, not that big. Like, but last year I had like not even half, almost the whole season I played D. I think I played forward for a month maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big transition, but I also played D way back my time. So like, I knew what I'm doing. Obviously not on this level. That's what scared me the most, that I'm gonna like be bad, and like, I don't know, I was scared
Just
that
with like systems, you mean?
I don't know, more with the speed, and like, you know, it's hard to
Yeah.
skate backwards when people are coming at you. Like when we played Ohio and Hannah Bilka was full speed on me, I was like, oh boy, like this is not gonna be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's fast and I had to skate backwards, so that wasn't good, you know.
But I feel like you adjusted well to it.
Yeah, like I always I know what I'm doing. Most of the time I probably question myself if I do the right thing, but I also play center, so it was like, this one was okay with some adjustments, but like, yeah, it was a good year. It taught me a lot, it gave me a lot. I know I was complaining a lot to Brian about it, and wasn't like happy all the time, but when I look back, he told me it's gonna give me so much, and it did. I didn't trust him at that time. Now when I look back, I know it was the right choice. So
yeah, I do feel like a lot of other teams and coaches appreciate players that can do both and do both well. So I don't know. Yeah, I am sure it was hard at the time, but definitely I could see it like help shape you as a character a bit.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
For sure, they look for well-rounded players.
Yeah.
But you got drafted as a forward, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so hopefully you'll be playing forward.
Yeah, well, that's what they told me. The coach called me right after draft and like, hey, we drafted as a forward, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you happy about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't really care at this point anymore. Like, I just know I can play both, and like whatever happens, happens. Like, obviously national team, I'm a forward, but I also had some games or like some situation when I played D. So like, I mean, at this point, I don't really care.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna start as a forward, I'm gonna start as a forward. If something happens and I have to play D, I'm gonna play D. So
Yeah.
I kind of want to go back to draft day a little bit. So you were at home at the time, right?
yes, I was
So
in
what
Czech.
time was it there?
I think it was like the draft started like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. It was
So
like,
you're just like sitting on your computer. Did you know you were going to be drafted?
yeah, well,
like-
I hoped.
You're like, yeah, obviously.
Like, you know me, I'm never gonna be like very like not optimistic, but like I don't have the confidence to say, yeah, I'm gonna get drafted. Like this is gonna, like that's not me.
Yeah.
So I was always like questioning it, and like everyone was telling me, yes, you're gonna get drafted. Like there's no way you're not. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna listen to the other people, you know.
Right, guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, we watched it with my parents home on the TV. It was good. I didn't expect I'm gonna go that early, honestly. Like I say it all the time. It was a big shock, but
Yeah, you went early.
yeah.
Did you hope to go to Minnesota? Did you hope to go anywhere else?
Yeah, I hope to stay here.
Yeah.
Like, but I didn't want to jinx it and like, you know, but I mean, I would be happy to play everywhere, but obviously like staying here, I was here for 5 years already. I call this place home. So like staying in Minnesota means a lot. So
Yeah.
that's,
especially
and I have a
since-
lot of friends here too. So
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say a lot of friends here, and you're still away from home and a lot, like, away from family and stuff, so at least having somewhat familiar circumstances is probably pretty
yes,
nice.
exactly.
So you got lucky.
And I can see you guys playing games, you know,
Yeah.
can cheer you up a little bit, you know.
And now
so
we get to come to your game.
Yeah, what's the
Yes.
situation? Do you get, like, free tickets or stuff? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, I think we do. I don't know how many, but we do get some tickets.
2.
Okay.
1, 2.
Yeah, mark us down.
Yeah, go ahead and put us in there.
So,
Okay.
how does it work, like, before the draft? Do you talk to these teams, or do you have an agent that does all of that for you? What's that like?
Both. Like obviously you have your agent and he talks to the teams, GMs or scouts, whatever, and like also then they call you. They want to meet you and like they want to know what like person you are and stuff. Like on you know. So I talked to some teams and Minnesota didn't reach out, so I had no idea they even like interested in me. So, but obviously Mira is there and
Yeah.
you know she coached me before, so that was a big plus I would guess. So, yeah, but I talked to some teams before.
So do you have to like try out?
No.
How does it work now? Like you're on the team.
I already signed a deal, so I'm signed, but there are some players who are coming to like for the tryout camp.
Okay.
They're still fighting for the spot on the team.
Okay.
So like, if you get drafted and you sign the deal, then you're on the team, but they can still like reach out to you and like invite you to camp, like other people to camp.
Well, if you're drafted, you need to like attend a camp who you like were drafted to.
Okay.
But then there are players who didn't get drafted, and then they can like get invites from the other teams.
Okay.
That's Laura Kluga. She played here before.
Yeah.
She wasn't drafted, and she got invited to Toronto camp, so she's going there.
Okay.
But you need to like apply for the draft in order to like get an attempt to camp.
Oh.
So you need to apply, and then they know like you're in the system, whatever.
So when is camp?
November 12th.
And how long is that?
The camp is, well, I know that the first game is December 1st. There are like some dates. We also play
That is insane.
I
That's
know.
so late.
We also play 2 games. I think we fly to Toronto. I don't know now exactly, but
Yeah.
we fly to Toronto. We play Toronto and New York, I think. I'm not sure now. And then there's the time when like the team decides who they want to sign and who not to, and you know.
Okay,
there's some
so you'll have
period.
some scrimmages, some like exhibition type games.
Exhibition games, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I've also heard that they do, I don't know if this is accurate, but they do like multiple trips in one trip kind of thing, where like you go play one team, and then instead of going home, you just go right to the next team. Like, I feel like that would be crazy. Are you
That's what I
excited
heard
for
too.
that? Like,
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be fun being on the road. You know, I always
Yeah.
like to travel with the team.
You
Right.
better not forget anything.
No, yeah, I know.
No, seriously. But I
Cool.
feel like it's different because we think of that like as it's crazy, but we have school and stuff. Like now that's your full time, like you're working.
Yeah,
your job.
That's
It's
your
a-
job.
She's
I
a
know.
working gal.
It's a hard job.
What are you looking forward to, having some time to do? Anything interesting?
Yeah, what are you gonna do when you're not at the rink?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about buying PlayStation and play some games.
with your first paycheck.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know. We will see.
Gonna have to start a hobby. Do
Yeah.
some arts and crafts.
That's what everyone told me. Find a hobby. So I was like, well, maybe PlayStation it is. I don't know.
Maybe like TikTok or something.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't have
yeah.
TikTok. Maybe I should start.
You've gotta like make a little extra cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not very I'm camera shy a little bit with phone and stuff. I
Oh,
don't know.
what?
What?
Yeah.
No,
I'm not like you, Avery. Like I can't just do these videos and like I don't know. Good for you,
You
though.
should get some NIL deals. You got any in the works? Can you?
Yeah, but I mean, it's my job. I can get like deals, but no one reached out to me yet, so I'm still waiting for the
Okay,
offers.
so you got to get on it. Reach out to some people.
I feel like with like Euros sometimes they get like NIL deals with like big brands, but the European like team like on like the Bauer Sweden stuff or whatever, like do they have that kind of like those options at home?
I know that some girls from like our national teams are sponsored, like some of Bauer and some CCM, but I mean, didn't really, think about that. So
I think you should get on
Yeah,
that.
definitely should get on that.
maybe I should, but I don't know. I don't think they get paid, honestly. They just get the gear.
Okay, that's so
So-
cool.
And
Yeah.
do you get all new gear
Yeah.
when you go there?
Oh yeah.
When do you get paid?
I
Like every 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's every other 2 weeks, and I already got paid. So
Oh, you did?
yeah, I had my first one already.
Oh, and you haven't bought your PlayStation yet?
No.
Okay, she's saving up.
Yeah.
That's good.
For like money though, do you guys like I know it kind of depends on draft order and stuff, but is it something you negotiate or so did you have to like
That's
like,
my
how would you-
agent.
okay.
So yes, this year like I don't think it was last year. Last year it was way more people and the money was there. So this year was a little harder with money and like the cap space and whatever. So this year they decided the first round was I think 50,000, second round 45, and third round 40, and the rest was like whatever. So obviously I signed a third round, so like the minimum they could pay me was 40, and then you negotiate obviously if you can get more. So that my agent did it. So
He was like 100,000
yeah,
right away, right now.
right away.
Send it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that like I don't know, I would be kind of scared. Like, how do you put a price on
I
your
know.
game? You know?
I know.
What if you like light it up? You get like a little bonus or something?
No, I don't think so.
Like you get a hat trick every game? Like you're like,
They gotta have bonuses for
yeah. Or like you
hat
win,
trick bonus.
you win, you win the Walter Cup. Like
Oh, there's gotta be something for
you've
that.
gotta, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
How does it feel joining a team that just won the Walter Cup now too?
Well, it feels pretty good. Also, it's
The champs.
it's the champs. It's gonna be hard. Obviously, everyone wanna beat us now since we're the champs.
Right.
Yeah,
so-
it's not gonna happen.
Still
No.
6 teams in the league this year.
Yep.
You think what's that gonna be like? Is it gonna be like boring playing the same team, or is that gonna make it better? Because now you get like, when we play the same team over and over, you got some enemies.
Yeah, I know.
Like what's it gonna be like?
That's true.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Our league, like obviously we have how many 8 teams. So like, you play almost the same. Not like it doesn't feel like you play the same team every kind of week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's 6, like obviously it's gonna be way different because you don't really play back to back. So, but no, I feel like it's 6 teams. It's bigger competition too. Like you only have the best players there, so it's gonna be very
Right.
interesting.
You'll have some enemies on the other
Oh, I
teams
always
for
have
sure.
enemies everywhere, so
yeah.
I'm used to it.
Seriously.
That's good.
I don't know. I don't really do anything. Everyone hates me on the ice. I don't know. Maybe it's my
'cause she's
face.
nasty.
That's what happens.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's why people hate us too.
Yeah, but you run your mouth. I don't. I don't really talk to people.
You run your mouth.
Yeah, you do.
You run your mouth.
Yeah, sometimes I do. I agree. Around the net when Jojo was
Yeah,
in the net.
That's
Yeah.
true.
you run
No
your
one's
mouth.
going here like, you guys are done.
Yeah, this is true. Around the net, she gets a little feisty.
Yeah,
But
that
you
is
know,
true.
somebody's got to do it.
You've
Exactly.
gotta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So how many games do you guys play? Do you know? Do you have any idea?
Oh, I think it's around 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like 1 or 2 a week?
Yeah. But there are also like national team breaks. One is in December and the other one is February, and then also the league stops when there's Worlds in April, and then we get back from Worlds and the league continues and then playoffs. So like there's a lot of like, you know, these breaks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's actually really interesting because, like, the fact that I feel like Worlds and Olympics stuff was always the biggest thing, and now, not that it's not, but, like, now that we have pro leagues and stuff, they have to also recognize that there's time for that kind of stuff, and because there's also people on your teams that aren't going to be on those teams, so.
yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I've remember last year when we had Worlds, I was still here, but like some players from the PW were like there, and they're talking, they're like practicing when they were not in the Worlds. Like the players who were like in the team, they were like practicing and making sure they're staying in shape and stuff. It has to be so hard. I mean, it's like 3 or 2 weeks almost. So
Yeah.
you know, so it's hard.
Just with, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with Olympics, like I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Because they always, like, I remember the US and Canada always centralized for the whole year. And with the league now, I don't know how that's going to work. Because we didn't get centralized. We don't have money for it in
Yeah.
Czech.
Yeah.
So for us, we had like 2 weeks camp before the Olympics and then we went. So
You guys should just join the Summer Olympics. It might make it a
I
bit
agree.
easier.
no, yeah, it would be fun.
How does that work? Can
Yeah.
you just make the switch? But yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it on our last episode, but what is like end goal for you? Because obviously playing in the NCAA is like, it's pretty high up there. Like winning the national championship is a huge goal for everyone that plays. But now that there's the PWHL and for you, your national team, like what's end goal? Like, do you just want to complete it all? Like, what is it for you?
That's a good question. My end goal was always play at the Olympics, which we never, like, for us, for Czech, we always had to qualify and stuff, and like the last Olympics was the first time ever we were like at the Czech national team at the Olympics. So that was my dream always when I grew up, and I always wanted to play at the Olympics, which happened already.
She's like, I did that.
So
Check that one
another like goal was for me to get in the PWHL league, which
Yeah.
already happened
Did that
too.
too.
Check.
I wanted to. The other is like I wanted to play at least one Olympics, and I obviously won the medal from that. So
Yeah.
Check.
Done, done, and done.
Okay, so
I don't have medal from Olympics, so that's another goal.
yeah, and
Okay.
you don't have the Walter Cup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I have
too.
a tricky question. You can pick one. You get a national championship, an Olympic gold medal, or the Walter Cup.
Oh God, that's a that's a very hard question. Like,
That is like that's
that's
tough.
I don't think I would want to decide between these
Well,
three.
you
Yeah,
have to.
somebody's gonna be mad.
Yeah.
No, but you have to.
What would you pick?
The Natty Championship, because I'm not going to the Olympics and I'm not getting the Walter
Okay.
Cup.
She's not gonna get a national championship either.
Yeah, but like she's played in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even have the other options, you know, like I don't know, national champion.
Yeah.
We were talking about it and we think like the national championship would be probably the coolest thing for us. But I don't know, we didn't talk about like the Olympic.
Well,
I think
yeah,
that'd be
Olympics wasn't in the picture, but we said like just because the NCAA has like that legacy that's been built for so many years and so many teams have worked for it. Whereas I feel like with the PW, it's new. Like down the road, I think it's gonna be
yeah.
like everyone's dream.
Like
but
you have to beat 6 teams, which I think it is way higher competition maybe because it is 6 teams of the best players. It's a
Yeah.
lot harder to make it there with there only being 6 teams, but I don't know, it's just college hockey seems different. Like
Yeah.
it's hard
You
to
guys
say.
have good points though. Like it's everything. Whatever you have to win, it's always hard. Like
right.
Yeah.
yeah.
But then like winning an Olympic medal for your
Yeah.
country, like
I don't
what
know.
could beat that?
I think the Olympic medal, the gold one,
Yeah.
that would be
I
the
would
top
say
top.
that too.
Yeah.
We all came to a consensus for sure. Yeah, talk to us a bit about your Olympic experience.
Yeah, well, it was during COVID, so it wasn't the best.
Oh.
You
Not the
know-
coolest Olympics I've been to, you know?
Yeah. Maybe the next
mean,
one will
yeah.
be better.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was like dream, and like you always dream about like going like wave with the flag when you're like, you know, when the ceremony starts and stuff. Like you always dream about it, and then you're there, and it like feels like surreal. Like we're like, oh, you're there, like you finally did it. So it was very cool. It was just unfortunate that during COVID there are like no people at the ring, or like, you
Right.
know,
Oh yeah,
you couldn't go to see the city, and like we're just locked there kind of.
that's horrible.
Yeah,
That's-
there were
Did you,
like guards with guns around walking. We couldn't even leave the complex.
oh
So
my goodness.
yeah, we had to get tested every
Okay.
day too, which is like not a big deal, but like it's, you
It's
know.
Did you like
annoying.
interact with other people while you were there?
I don't remember, probably not, but I mean we still did. So
Yeah, I was gonna say like,
Yeah.
was there anyone there that you would like? I really want to meet you or something like that.
no.
See, I don't know. I feel like I'd be
A fangirl?
fangirl a bit, but like in a cool way.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
obviously we saw like all of the people like in the eating area and stuff, like, you know. So
Yeah.
it was like, I remember our speed skater was there. Like she's so famous in Czech, and she won so many medals, and
Really?
I like saw her there, and I like froze. I'm like, oh my god, it's her! Like, yeah.
That's
and then
so
we sit
cool.
with her, and we ate lunch and stuff, and it was like normal people, like.
Yeah.
You know, you see them in the TV and like, you know, what they accomplished and everything, but then you like talk to them and they're like normal human beings like you.
That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not like us, but like you.
yeah.
She's like, oh my god, this is an Olympic athlete, and you're like, oh wait, that's also me. That's also
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That is kind of crazy.
Like humble and like, you know, just
Yeah.
wanted to know how we're doing. Like, I feel like we had the kind of like, no one cared about our sport, but like there were a lot of people asking us like, oh, how guys, where is your next game? Like, how did
Yeah.
you do? Like, you know, like, yeah. So it was a good
That's
experience, but I can't wait for the next. We're already qualified. We don't have to play the qualification, which is
Let's go.
stressful.
Yeah.
Don't want to do that ever again. Very stressful.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, and it's Italy. It's in Europe. So,
Oh, that'll be
That's
really
sick.
nice.
yep.
Do you ever like take a second to just think like all that you've accomplished? Like this isn't normal. Like what you've done isn't normal. Like you're an Olympian. You're going to play professional hockey. Do you ever just like think like
No, not
I'm
really.
sick?
No, I don't. That's the thing. I don't like to talk about myself. I don't like to think like that. It's just like, I feel like I'm normal. Like, normal, like, you know, basic. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Except
Yeah.
that
I just
like,
hate to.
Except that
Yes.
you're
Nobody-
not. Like, nobody's
Yeah.
done any
Yeah.
of that.
I know, like, I'm never, like, that happened like, yesterday in Czechs, like, we were, like, talking, and one of the women were like, oh, I want to put my boy, like, to play something, and Brandon goes, oh, yeah, that's Klara, she's Olympian, and, like, you know, I would never, like, introduce myself,
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, I play hockey, I was at the
Yeah.
Olympics, like, you know, I
Yeah.
was, like, never, I don't know, I just don't like to talk about myself at all, so.
Yeah.
What about like your friends at home? Were they mainly people that you played hockey with, or school friends?
Both, yeah. Oh, well, I don't really see that many of them because, like, they obviously have work and they have their own life, and
Yeah.
you know, they starting
They
to
have
have
a job,
families
they have
and
a
stuff.
They have the normal people routine
They're
going
like,
on right
my
now.
classmate from high school, she has 2 kids right now,
Okay.
and I'm just here playing hockey.
It's crazy.
I'm just playing a little sport.
Like, I get older, you know, and people around me start having families and, like, weddings, and, like, you know, they have jobs, and, like,
yeah.
It's happening like
Yes,
that. Our
and, like,
age,
then it's
coming.
us.
We were talking about this last
Yes.
episode too.
and then it's us who, like, we play hockey or sports, you know, like, you know,
that's our life.
that's our life. Like,
Our entire life.
obviously some of us have, like, you know, boyfriends, I don't know, husbands or whatever, like
Not us.
it's not,
It's not us too. It's not us.
It's yeah.
yeah, so yeah, I have some friends home, but obviously it's hard to keep in touch and over the years, and like I have some friends, I lost some friends, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard. Like when you go home, you're not on the same.
No, it's
Like
not the
I
same
find,
vibe.
I find the same thing when I go home. Like I do have those friends that I'll always find time to hang out with, but we just have a different like we're still grinding. Like I don't know. It's hard to explain, but yeah, you're not on the same like wavelength as a lot of people when you're
Yeah.
Yeah, you have different priorities too.
Yeah.
right.
I don't know, I go home, like, I have maybe 3 weeks off, not even, and then I have to start, like, working out again. And, like, they want to
Yeah.
go and they want to go drink and have fun and, like, party. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't do that. Like,
Yeah, it's
do
fun
I
that.
once in a
can't.
while.
I wish
but
I can. Like, once in a
Yeah.
while, of course, like, I'm not going to say I never drink. Like, I do sometimes, but like not like them go like every weekend and go hard. Like I was
Yeah.
like,
Right.
no.
Gotta get to the
Right.
gym.
Like I have to wake up at 6 tomorrow to skate. Like
Yeah, stuff like that. Like or like, oh, we want to go like for the drink, and like I was like, well, I have practice. Like I can't. Need to skate. Like that happened
do
this
have
year,
practice.
because normally when I went like here, I was gone in August already, and this year I stayed home until like end of September. So like they like started like. So normally I would be gone when they all like start hang out and go for like dinners and stuff. But like this year, I don't know. I just stay home and do you want to come there? Do you want to watch that? I was like, I can't. I have practice. Like,
yeah.
so that's tough. Then like to stay around those people too.
It's the price you pay for being good.
Yeah.
What is the biggest lesson that you've learned through all of your hockey experiences?
Oh God.
I know it's like that's a really
Biggest
hard
lesson.
question.
I don't know. That's a good question. You just never know what's gonna happen, and you always kind of have to be prepared for it. Like no matter what, like it's just you never know what's gonna happen in hockey, especially.
Adaptability.
Adaptability is
and
the
like
word. Thank
said,
you.
Yep.
Thank you,
It made you
Jojo.
stronger.
Yes, you
in
need
the
to
end.
adapt. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sometimes it happens, So
Yeah.
yes, adaptability
No.
is a big part in hockey.
And going through that adversity has made you
That's true,
stronger.
yeah.
And yeah.
I also had some injuries before, and like I am not patient. I think I got better over the years, but I'm not very good with patience and stuff. So when I got injured, I injured my knee, and I was out for like 2 months almost. That was like hard for me too. So like patience and adaptability.
What's a piece of advice you would give to a younger player that's aspiring to achieve any of the things that you've achieved?
Be patient. That's a good
Okay.
one.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, we are so looking forward to getting to watch you this upcoming season.
Yes.
I cannot believe all that you have accomplished and just the honor it is to even play with you.
Seriously.
Yeah, and I also think thank you for being such a a good role model for people coming through St. Cloud too. Like she's just out here doing it and doing it well, and
Giving us something to look up to.
yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
On our
That's so
own
nice.
teams.
Yes,
Thank you.
definitely. Helps with recruiting.
Happy
too.
to be your teammate for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So
A good
Yep.
2-3
Yep.
years at that.
Yep.
Everyone tune in to, what are they called? The Frost?
yep, Minnesota
the
Frost.
Minnesota- Oh, yeah.
Minnesota Frost.
Can we actually? How do you feel about your little team name?
I like it.
Yeah, you like
I
it?
heard people complaining about it, but I like it.
I like
I
the
don't know.
name.
Yeah.
Colors.
I like
The purple?
Yes.
Yeah, you like
I
the
Purple's
never.
sick.
Yes.
Their colors are sick.
I like. We just talked about it the other day. Like, there's always gonna be a name when some people are not gonna like it. Like, you're never gonna
Can't
get.
please everybody.
Yes.
No, yeah.
Exactly.
Never.
So like, obviously they choose those names for some reason, and like, I don't know. I like it. So
Yeah, I liked you guys better than some others.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
super happy about that name.
And you guys practice at the Minnesota Wild facilities and play.
Yes, we practice
play
at
at the X?
Tria and we play at the X.
Okay, so maybe you might have some
Yeah.
interactions with some.
make some friends.
Yeah, there are some Czech players on Minnesota Wild and
Oh,
then
really?
the
Oh,
are you
AHL
friends with
too,
them?
So
Do you know
I
them?
don't know them yet. Maybe we're gonna.
Are you friends with them? Do you know them?
Do they have any friends on the team?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a crazy year. Another
Yeah, I
new
agree.
experience. It'll be fun.
It's unknown, so we'll see.
Yeah. We're excited to watch. Everybody make sure you tune in.
Tune into the Frost.
Watch Klara
Go get it.
playing professional hockey and tune into the next Olympics. I might be there probably too.
I hope so.
See you there. All right, thanks guys.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time on Dump and Change.
Thank you.